It's how fast can you do this? How many more seconds, not minutes, how many more seconds does it take you to do this than another team? Because that's where you're falling behind. I'm curious to see now, especially for circles like this one, how much faster are you going to be able to rotate north because you have the road going straight through Oasis in the future than the teams that we see try and wrap north around now, go through the hills all the way north of the entire Oasis area. How will that kind of trend, like how will that new change to the north side of the map open up north side rotations? Because I think that's going to allow for teams to wrap into these circles much faster, and more teams will then commit to a wide northern rotation than now, where we see teams try and kind of backfill in over the hills towards the Pozo and Power Grid.
And as you already witnessed, I mean, at 3 minutes here, when you have a circle like this, a lot of teams are already moving.
You have to. You have to.
Yeah, you got to do it. But the problem also arises that even the teams that were in at 3 minutes, we're already looking for better locations. I mean, I like where FaZe is kind of already trying to hunker down here, looking for some of those compounds alongside that road, which oftentimes, to be honest, because of like potential unplayable terrains and things like that, you get a lot of finishes around those areas, and FaZe knows that.
Sometimes it's superstition, sometimes it's also just stats.
Yeah,
there are just areas of the map, especially when we're in an area of the map like this, where there are only so much that would not include the unplayable rocks. There are just only certain areas of the map that this will take us to, unless if we're in one of those 0.01% games, which, again, taking odds, barely ever happens. So FaZe centering up where they are right now makes perfect sense. And that's also why every other team is going full speed forward, because you want to claim real estate early.
Oh, definitely. And the good old rotation battle between, as I alluded to it earlier, but it was previously DA and Team Liquid, and of course, you know, with Smash and Code Marco on this roster here.
What do you mean it is Liquid and DA? They're just not met yet.
Oh yeah, the other DA. the problem, now Team Liquid has to deal with 2 DAs on their rotation.
Could you imagine?
The old DA and BBL, and now actual DA in front of them. It couldn't get any worse for them.
It really isn't the optimal early fight to have to take, running into a 8-man squad of that kind, because they will take a fight too early, even if it costs them everything. Well, speaking of what could cost you everything, Mr. Batulins, again we're seeing Northern Lights in trouble. They lost one already, instantly flushed, and FaZe Clan here, ready and waiting for the NLC rotation coming through.
Have to duck on behind all of that.
They're pulling up on this too.
Yeah, they want to make the push for all of this and just try and fight this out.
What does Gustav and Fex do to respond to this? FaZe is caught in the wide two-way split, and Northern Lights know. Especially now that they saw there was FaZe Clan, there's no way FaZe is hungering 4 people down in one compound. Not this early on, not when they're rotating out from a spot where they can get so much real estate. If they want to take this, they still have the numbers in their advantage.
Yeah, to be fair to 8C's position here alongside Diggity, actually getting that 1 knock and then confirm on Batulins probably saved their life earlier in this game than anything. If it's 4v2, given that they're in this wide 2-2, then Northern Lights probably pushes, takes this position, and faces Scarped with only 2 players left.
An issue right now is that there's no way, I mean, at least there should be no way that 8C and Digger gets a free pass to go back north.
No.
And at the same time, Fex and Gustav are sitting in arguably one of the most hard prioritized spots in the circle right now. So if they get fought, then there's really no way H and Diggory can help out their 2 teammates up towards the north, and then it's going to be up to Fex and Gustav to try and either take a fight 2v4 or try and get out of there and make their way down south uphill into Northern Lights. So regardless, unless if circles just keep kind of coming their way, FaZe is going to have a hard kind of regroup to make.
Yeah. So many threats that lurk near them as well, as even Question Mark is actually fanning out a little bit to control a bit more territory. I think they probably just want to take a little bit more of a higher ground position over the lookout that they've currently got so far. And they're also going to gain information on other teams rotating in from the north, because they rotate effectively in from the north quite early, in inverted commas, compared to some of the rest of the teams, given the circle, the playing path, the makeup of how this game has shaped up so far. So they'll try and gain as much information as they can with their 2... Okay, all right. Destruction Derby.
For a second, it reminded me of the old GTA 2 games where we're looking up and down.
Oh yeah.
Bird's eye, we were just the cars going around doing crazy things. Yeah, that was it there for a moment.